Penelope Nitric machines provided by the Sol Group are available in B3 North's equipment room. Before you can use the machine though, you need to perform a nitric system delivery test incorporating a test circuit. Before we use the machine, we should familiarise ourselves with the disposables. One potential problem that has been identified early is the identical nature of the nitric injection adapter and the sample line adapter. This could lead to the sample line being connected onto the humidifier, potentially breaking the machine. Here we can see the nitric injection adapter. The tubing is a little bit thicker. Here we can see the sample line adapter. The tubing's a little bit thinner. You can see how they could easily be mixed up, and to avoid this we've procured another adapter to be used on the sample line, so it's less likely that mistakes will occur. Here we have the three main adapters outside of the test circuit. The sample line, and this can be followed back to the water trap, flow measurement line, which connects here on the machine, and the nitric injection line, which is connected here. Here we can see the assembled test circuit as you should find it. Sample line on the end of the larger part of the test circuit, flow measurement line, nitric injection adapter. An adapter allows you to put the shorter part of the test circuit on, another adapter that connects to tubing that will go to your oxygen flow meter. A sticker will be on the machine to ensure you're using clean disposables. This can now be disposed of. If you go to the back of the machine, on the bottom left side, you can clearly see the on switch and it's not lit. Find the plug and plug the machine in. You can clearly see now that it's lit. Find the oxygen pipeline supply. Ensure the groove is facing upwards. Do a tug test. Press once to switch on the machine. As the machine boots up, the emergency buzzer alarms. This can be reset at the back of the machine, top left. The machine now checks some internal components. If any of these are in red with a cross, the machine shouldn't be used. You can clearly see that the calibration status is in red. This means that the high-level calibration done by the ICU technicians has timed out and the machine shouldn't be used. This is what you want to see. All checks have a green tick next to them, including the calibration status. A low-level calibration is also performed at this time. You have three options, and you should choose Start Therapy that will direct you to performing a system delivery test. You are then taken to a screen which gives you a quick information note about placing the disposables. You'll be shown exactly where they go later in the video. Press the tick and confirm. The machine then asks you to assemble the Penelope test kit. This has already been done for you with the disposables incorporated into the test circuit. Press tick and confirm. To give you the best chance of passing the system delivery test, you must first do a few checks. Go to the side of the machine and ensure that the switch is facing down away from the ambu bagging setting, otherwise the system delivery test will fail. Ensure all your disposable lines are connected securely, as this can be a common reason for the system delivery test to fail. Find the green adapter at the end of the circuit and follow the line back to the water trap to ensure that the circuit has been connected in the correct orientation. The sample line adapter has been connected to the Y-piece to keep it clean. Disconnect it or you'll damage the sensors. Place the bung on the Y-piece to keep it clean. Before you start the test, follow the instructions on the screen. Go to the flow control knob on the oxygen flow meter and turn it until the top of the bobbin is on 10 litres. Then go to the back of the machine. On top of the cylinder head, follow the arrows that will inform you how to open and close the cylinder. If you're at the back of the machine, this is anti-clockwise. Look at the gauge to ensure that you've turned the cylinder on. Turn on the second cylinder. Again, if you're at the back of the machine, it's anti-clockwise. Ensure the gauge is on. You can now go to the front of the machine and start the test. Press confirm and then the tick again to confirm and start the test. When the system delivery test is successful, press confirm and turn off the O2 flow meter. You can now remove the test circuit connection and connect your means of bagging the patient, your water circuit or Mapleton C circuit. You can now disconnect the green sample line adapter from the end of the test circuit. The nitric delivery outlet and flow sensor can now also be removed from the circuit. You're now just left with the test circuit, which is reusable and should not be disposed of. The test circuit should now be cleaned and returned to the B3 North equipment room. Put in a plastic sleeve and placed in a sealed container. Before the patient's ventilator circuit is disconnected, you need to assess whether an airway doctor or advanced practitioner needs to be present. Is the patient on a lot of oxygen or a lot of PEEP? And does a clamp need to be used before you disconnect? All these things need to be assessed. If an external battery is not in place, you should have enough room to place the disposables on the humidifier directly under the vent. With the nitric injection line going directly onto the humidifier with the flow measurement line on top of this. The angle piece from the blue tubing that connects the humidifier to the inspiratory port connected to the top of the flow measurement line. The humidifier should be angled to the outside as there isn't much space underneath the vent. The green sample line adapter can now be placed in the inspiratory side of the circuit, the blue side. The sample line connection should be facing upright to avoid water accumulation. can see the display screen. We can see the unit is charging and how much it's charged. The home screen, the pencil icon to change the nitric dose, settings, alarms, and a graphical display of the nitric oxide dose. Here we can see the nitric oxide that the sample line's reading, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. If you're getting nitrogen dioxide, you need to report this straight away. The nitric oxide dose that's dialed in and the cylinders, which are turned blue because they're turned on. To enter the nitric dose you want to start with, press the pen icon and press the box under NO dose. Enter the nitric dose you are starting with and confirm. If you're happy with the alarm limits, confirm by pressing the tick. The machine has given you an estimated flow value. These two flow meters are in fact one flow meter split into two. You can use the control knob to move the bobbin to the set flow that the machine has given you, and in this way, when you're manually bagging the patient, you are more or less giving the same dose. By keeping your finger pressed down on the manual icon, and with your other hand, you can turn the NO flow meter to set the estimated flow. Moving from one flow meter to the other flow meter. And so you can achieve as close to the estimated flow as possible. And then confirm. The check flow will again let you check that it is as accurate as possible. And then confirm.